In this video, I want to do an overview of Xero, a quick look at what Xero can do for your small business. Software nowadays, it's so easy to find the glitzy sales video, the offer to sign up free for 30 days. It's free, there's no commitment. But that's not exactly true because you're committing your time once you've signed up to find out if the software works for you. There is an alternative for Xero at least. I want to show you around the software, give you a feel for what it can do before you even go to Xero's website, before you choose to sign up for your free trial. It's what I did with my clients back in 2012 when I had an accountancy practice, and it's what I want to do here today online with you. So let's head into Xero and take a look at what it can do. We're going to start off by reviewing the dashboard. Then we're going to look at creating sales invoices. We're going to look at inputting purchase invoices, or bills as Xero calls them. We're going to look at shortcuts for both sales and purchases where you can create repeating invoices. We're going to talk about the business menu, the menu that you use on a day-to-day basis, which also includes for sales, preparing quotes, and for purchases, issuing purchase orders. We're going to take a look at the amazing bank reconciliation where you can get your bank linked to Xero, you can get your transactions fed in, and you can quickly deal with all your bank transactions. After looking at the business menu, we want to take a look at the accounting menu. This is a bit more complex, and if you're a business owner, you might not use it on a day-to-day basis. It might be your accountant that uses this. We're going to look at reports, and we're going to look at advanced settings. We'll talk briefly about other menu options you might have. You might have Xero Payroll, you might have signed up to Xero Projects, and we're going to take a look at your contacts in Xero. Before we finish, we can look at a few other items where you can quickly add new items. You can do a global search, you can find any notifications from Xero, and you can find help for your Xero account. So that is going to be our quick overview, a quick look at what Xero can do for your business. Okay, this is your Xero dashboard, and I call this your home in Xero. If you ever get lost in Xero, if you click on dashboard, it takes you back here, and then you know where you are. So let's have a quick look at the dashboard. You can see your bank accounts on the dashboard, so you can review what's in your bank and what your statement balance is. You can also see the balances at specific dates in time. You can see your cash movements, so at a glance you can see month by month cash in and cash out. On the right hand side, account watch list, we can set this up if we want to pay attention to any of our accounts in Xero. So for example, if we're interested in how much we spend in advertising and marketing, we can add it to our dashboard here. Then we have in non-accounting terms, the invoices owed to you. So that's your sales ledger, if you like, in accounting terms. So you can quickly see any draft invoices awaiting payment, and in red, anything that's overdue. Again, you can move over your calendar so you can see what's happening week by week. Then the next section, bills you need to pay. So the purchase ledger, if you like, in accounting terms. Any draft bills, draft purchase invoices, awaiting payment, and any that are overdue, so you haven't paid these on time. Again, we have weekly information that we can hover over and see. Okay, let's look at using Xero. So let's look at sales first of all. So invoices owed to you. How do you create a sales invoice in Xero? If you have got cash sales and you don't produce invoices, you don't need to worry about this. But if you're issuing invoices, you can go straight to new sales invoice. You can also go to the plus sign at the top and you can select invoice. The third place you can go to is the business menu. This is what you would use on a day-to-day basis. And you can go to the invoices section, and then you can choose new invoice. Creating an invoice in Xero is very straightforward. Who is your invoice to? You don't have to set up your customers, your contacts in advance. You can just create somebody. So let's say it's a new customer. Xero alerts you that it's a new contact, and you say that's fine. What's the date, and then what's the due date? We can do shortcuts. So if it's due in 14 days, I can say plus 14. The invoice number is automatic. If you need a reference, you would fill it in. And branding, you can choose what the layout of your invoice is going to look like. You can have different brandings in Xero. Once you've completed an invoice, you can go straight down to the green, and that is your invoice approved. If you need to attach backup, you can do it here. If you need to make any changes, you can do it on the options menu. If you want to print your invoice, always a good idea, just have a look at see what it looks like. I'm not actually going to print it, I'm just going to look at it on the screen, see if I'm happy with the layout. This would alert me, we have a new customer but we don't have address in here. And then you can email your invoices so they can go straight to your customer by email. If you want to change the layout of your sales invoices, you go to your business name on the top left, and we can go to our settings menu. And then if we head over to the right hand side to invoice settings, and this is where I have designed my invoice layout and I have added my logo. There's a different version there, so sometimes you might want your invoices to look a little bit different. That's where you do that. Okay, so we'll go back to the dashboard. And that's a sales invoice. If you want to look at your invoices, just go to business and go to invoices. Or if you click on invoices O2U, it'll take you to the same place. Okay, and here we can see a list of all the invoices that we've created. So if you want to go and find an invoice, you can go to the list here. If you're looking for a specific invoice, you can sort based on these tabs along the top. You also have a search option, so you can search for a specific invoice. So that invoice we created is invoice 43. If I key in 43, it's going to appear on the list. If you want to go to that invoice, because it's blue, you can drill down, you can head back to it. If you needed to make any changes, you can do in your invoice options. I'm going to go back to the dashboard. So that was a quick look at sales invoices. Let's look at the purchases side. So on the dashboard, we're scrolling down bills you need to pay. If you want to input your bills in Xero, you can go to new bill. Where else can you go? You can go to the plus sign and you can go to bill here. You can also go to the business menu, and this time we're going to the bills to pay section and we're going to choose new bill. Again, your supplier doesn't have to be in Xero already, so you can just go straight to creating it here. You input the relevant dates, the invoice number, attach some backup. You can go here and you can attach it from a file library in Xero, or you can upload from your computer. This is a control total, so if we put 120 in there, Xero will check that it then agrees. Where do we want to code it to? There's the VAT, amounts are, and we want to choose tax exclusive, which means that I've input a value here before VAT. Now I've got a control total of 120, the actual total is 120, and once we're happy with that bill, we can go straight to the green approve. If we want to save it as a draft, we could go over to the left hand side here, save it as a draft, and then we would complete it later. But if we're happy with it, straight to green approve. If you need to make changes, you can go to bill options. If you need to cancel it, you could copy it, or you could edit it. We'll go back to the dashboard now. We've input bills in Xero. Where do we find them? We go to the day-to-day menu, the business menu, and we can go down to the bills to pay section. And there we have a list of all our bills. Again, we can sort them, so we can sort them who they're from, we can sort them by date order. Any of these options in blue you can sort. You can also search, so we know that was from a new supplier. If we keyed in new in there we can find our bill. Click on the blue and take us into it. If we need to change it, we can go to bill options and we could choose edit. Make the changes we need and then update. Okay, so that's sales invoices and purchase invoice. Now there are some shortcuts that you can use for both of these. Let's go to the sales invoices, and there's an option here to create a repeating sales invoice. So if you've got monthly subscriptions, for example, you could set up repeating invoices so that your customer gets automatically billed every month. And likewise, when we go to the bills section, again we have an option. We could set up repeating bills. So if you get a mobile phone bill every month, you could set it up here as a repeating bill, save it as a draft, so when your actual bill comes in, you don't have to input all the information. It's already set up as a draft for you in Xero. Okay, I've already said the business is for the day-to-day stuff. Let's go to that menu. These two options are quite new. We're not going to look at them here. Here's the sales side of things, we also have in here quotes. So you can issue quotes from Xero. So if you select quotes, you can set up a quote, a new quote. You send a quote to your customer, they can accept that quote, and then you can quickly turn it to a sales invoice. On the purchases side, we also have purchase orders. So if you need to issue purchase orders to your suppliers, you can do it here. And the same thing applies once you create a purchase order. When the goods or services have been received, you can quickly turn that purchase order into a bill. Now I want to talk to you about what everybody loves in Xero. It's the bank reconciliation. So on the left-hand side of our dashboard, we have our bank accounts. In the ideal world, you're going to have a bank account that you can link to Xero, and this is where the magic happens. When you link your bank account to Xero, the transactions get fed into Xero and you deal with them here. So we know that there are 28 transactions and they have fed into Xero automatically. I'm going to choose that. And then let's look at what we have on the screen. So if we split our screen in two, on the left-hand side, this is the information that's fed in from your bank. And the right-hand side is what you're going to do with it in Xero. So the first transaction is an amount of money that's been spent, and Xero has looked at this value. Xero has gone and found a bill that equals that value. So Xero has actually made a suggestion to you, which is why it's in green on the right hand side. So Xero's suggestion is that you match that payment to this bill. You have to be careful, but it's fairly obvious to me that that is correct. So all that we're going to have to do is select OK, and what Xero is going to do is Xero is going to go to that bill and mark that bill as having been paid with this amount that's fed through your bank. The next transaction is similar, but this time it's money that you have received. Again, Xero has taken that value, Xero's gone looking, and Xero has found a sales invoice that matches that amount. And Xero has made a suggestion. Do you want to match it? That's why it's in green, because that's what Xero has suggested. And it is as simple as you saying OK. The next transaction somebody has looked at and they're not sure what to do with it. You can put comments in here if you need to go and research what a bank transaction is for. Then you have an amount and Xero doesn't know what to do with this amount. From your bank, £2,000 is fed in as a receipt and Xero doesn't know what to do with it. So you can go and find and match. So if there were invoices in Xero that related to that, you can go to find and match and you can look for them. If you knew this was for Maple, you could go to the search box and if anything for Maple was in there, you could select it. The same with the 4,500, that's a payment. Xero doesn't know what to do with it, so you could go to find and match. You can go looking for bills to match this amount to, or if there isn't a match, I'm going to cancel this. I might realise we've made this payment, but the bill hasn't been input in Xero. So you go and input the bill, and then Xero would make a suggestion, and it would be easy to match that as well. Okay, so what's happened in this transaction? Again, on the left-hand side, it's fed in from the bank account. And Xero is being clever. Xero is saying, I've seen a transaction like this before, so I actually think I know what to do with this. So Xero said, this is from Ridgeway Bank, and I think this gets coded to bank fees. You want to check that that's right, and if it is, selecting OK will enter that transaction. So you would work your way through your bank transactions, and when you're back on your dashboard at the end of the day, hopefully your reconciliation has been completed. If not, you'll be left with the amount of transactions you still have to deal with. Okay, so what else do we have in Xero? So day-to-day stuff on the business menu. Let's go to the accounting menu. If you're a business owner, you might not go here so often. It might be your accountant or bookkeeper that goes here. When you go to reports, you can see that there is a huge choice. There's a financial section, a tax section, accounting section, fixed assets, sales, purchases, inventory, and payroll. You'll notice that some of these reports have got a blue star, and that means that they're favourites. So when we go to the accounting menu, the ones that have got a blue star appear here. So the ones that you use regularly, you would give them a blue star, and then it's quite easy to head to them. So for example, you want to see who's owe you money. You can choose aged receivables. And this shows you what your customers are owe you. Likewise, if we went back to accounting, you can see we've got an aged payables report. Again, I've said that's a favourite because I'm going to want to look at it on a regular basis. I want to see what I'm owe my suppliers. It's also called aged, which means I can see how old these debts are. So that's accounting. and that's the reports menu. Makes sense to spend some time going through the reports, looking for the ones that you think you would use on a regular basis. On the accounting menu, we've also got the advanced options. We've got advanced features and we've got advanced settings. I'm not going to cover these in detail, but Find and Recode lets you make corrections. If you've made lots of mistakes, you can fix them very quickly using Find and Recode. Manual journals, if you need to make adjustments by journal. Again, if you're a business owner, you're possibly not going to go here. You're going to leave that to your accountant or bookkeeper. If you want to track your fixed assets in Xero, this is where you would go. On the advanced settings, the financial settings will be set up at the start. The chart of accounts we'll have a quick look at. The default chart of accounts from Xero is probably going to be adequate for you, maybe just with a few changes. So if we look at the 200 codes, that's where we code our sales to. If we look at the 300 and 400 codes, that's where you'll be coding your costs. Okay, what else do we have in advanced? This is where you set up your VAT rates. If you're using fixed assets, you would enter some settings here. If you want to track by categories, so for example, if you want departments or cost centres, you would set them up here. Okay, so we're going to go back to the dashboard. So we've talked about the day-to-day business menu, the more complex accounting menu, then depending what else you use Xero for. If you use Xero Payroll, your payroll menu will be here, and this is where you set up your employees, you pay your employees, and you can run your reports and submit in the UK to HMRC. If you have also subscribed to Xero Projects, you will have a projects menu. And anything related to projects you can do from the projects menu. Contacts, this is where you will find your customers and your suppliers in Xero. You can go to all contacts, or you can go to customers, the ones that you have issued invoices to, or suppliers, the ones where bills have been entered. So if you go to all contacts, you can see a list in alphabetical order. You can search for your contacts. You can select a contact, and you can choose edit, and you can make any changes you need to. Over at the top right, we've already looked at the plus, where you can quickly add a new invoice or a new bill. Other things you can quickly add as well. The spyglass is a global search. It's not available in the demo, but it's great if you want to search by invoice number, if you want to search by amount, if you want to search for a specific contact. If you've got any notifications from Xero, they will appear here. And if you've got any questions, you can go to Xero Help and you can search for specific topics. I hope you've enjoyed that very quick look at what you can do with Xero for your small business. If you sign up to Xero, do let me know. If you know anybody that would benefit from this video, then please share it. As always, if you like the video, let me know that you like it, and there's the option to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and you'll get notified when new videos are uploaded on a regular basis. If you have any questions, any comments, add them below and I'll do my best to respond. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Until next time, happy Xero!